It is Friday, November 4th, and I am running into work. Well, this is my last day of my 11 to 8 shift, which is not the favorite one to work because I get home so late. But the good side of that all is that I get to go in later too, so I was able to spend a little bit of time in my craft room working on some Christmas cards for a card swap. But anyway, so yesterday was my pre-op appointment. I went to the pre-admission offices for the hospital and didn't really know what to expect. The nurse came and got me and brought me down to where they do that at, and I just sat in this room and she asked me a lot of questions about my medical history and a little bit of what I need to do, like some body scrub stuff they want me to use the night before and the morning of my surgery, and asked me if I knew what kind of surgery I was having, which I told her, and I guess that could be quite a surprise if somebody they had something different written down on their charts than what was actually happening. But anyway, and then I had to go over to the doctor's office and see him, and they put me in the waiting room, you know, when you wait for the doctor, and it took about 30 minutes for him to get a chance to get in there. And so while I was waiting for him, I made a list of every question I could ever think of that I've read on your videos or read online, watched, anyway. And so that I could blast him with them all, and actually he seemed to kind of enjoy it, so got most all of my questions answered. And one of the things that I thought was kind of interesting was I asked him about coffee. I'm not really a coffee drinker, but caffeine, I guess, would be the question. And he said, I personally don't think there's anything wrong with drinking coffee, but your nutritionist is going to tell you something different, so you just know that I don't care. And then I asked him about using straws, and he said, use a straw if you like it. It doesn't make any difference at all. So anyway, he downplayed everything. I asked him, what weight do you want me to get to? And he says, what weight do you want to get to? And I said, well, no, I mean, I'm not a spring chicken anymore. I said, I need to know, and I'd like to know what you think is a good expectation. And he gave me a very realistic expectation that he thought I would achieve within the first 6 or 7 months. And then I asked him, but, you know, that would still put me at the rate of, I think, overweight, maybe obese, I don't know. And does that matter? And he just scoffed at it. And he said, those numbers don't mean anything. He said, you just feel healthy, you get off your medications as much as you can, and you'll be fine. And anyway, I said, so you're not interested in numbers? And he said, no. He says, in fact, if you only ever weighed when you came to see me, I'd be perfectly happy. And I said, well, that's not going to happen. But it was funny. So really, it was just talking. I didn't have any examination. I thought I would. They didn't even do an EKG on me, which I was surprised. And actually, the admissions nurse was kind of surprised too that it wasn't on the form of things that needed to be done. They drew a lot of blood, which is to be expected. And so I'm supposed to arrive at 7:30 Tuesday morning, not Tuesday, the 15th. And then I also paid my bill of what was left of the surgery, and so that's really a good feeling to know that's all paid for now. The insurance is covering the rest. It looked like the surgery total price was something like $23,000. Wow. But I only had to pay out of pocket $2,750. And I'm so grateful that I'm getting this done this year, because my PPO's out of pocket is going up to $3,500 next year, and our rates are going up too. So this was the good time to do it. What else is going on? Well, since we're having my surgery a week before Thanksgiving, my husband and I have decided we're gonna do our family Thanksgiving next Saturday and try to get our kids to come over and join us a little bit early. And then on Monday, I don't have to have a pre-op diet at all, which I thought was pretty cool, considering I know most people do have to. I mean, like a fasting kind of thing for a couple weeks, protein shakes, etc. He just wants me on the day before surgery to drink and eat clear liquids only. So, you know, broth, coffee, tea, water, Gatorade, juice. I can have anything like that. I just can't have anything solid or milk-based. And that's the extent of it. Just one day I can deal with that. And then I also have to work the day before my surgery, but my boss is letting me have half the day off so I can get the afternoon off. I still have one more appointment that evening with the dietitian, and it's 2 hours long, and I'm not really sure, but I think it's just going over I really don't know what it's for, because I've already met with the nutritionist or dietitian or whoever once. I guess the nutritionist, I already did that earlier, and they kind of gave me an outline of the steps that the phases of my diet. So I'm not really sure what this class is all about, but maybe it's more hands-on. Knowing my luck, they're going to be cooking and preparing foods, and I can't have any of them because I'm on a clear liquid diet. I don't care, it's all good. So tonight, when I get off work at 8 o'clock, my husband's gonna pick me up, and we're gonna go out to dinner, which is eating so late, but I think he's trying to get in on all of those restaurant, steak dinners and things like that he wants to make sure he gets to eat out before I can't really for a while. It's kind of silly, but it is a tradition that him and I have, that we eat out on the weekends when he's home, and I think he's gonna miss it. So we've got like a whole bunch of eating opportunities coming up. I'm kind of like concerned, but this is life, and it's not only my life, it's his life too, so I get it. So we'll go out and have steak dinner at the Texas Roadhouse, and then tomorrow we're supposed to meet my son and his wife for lunch, and that'll be like another Tucano's Brazilian grill, which is like tons of food too, but I don't usually eat too much there because it's just mostly meat, and I get kind of tired of eating all that beef stuff, and it's usually too rare for me anyway. So anyway, blah blah blah, that's about all I have for today. Just wanted to update you on my experiences yesterday, and I'll talk to you later. Bye bye.